Welcome to ECCB Connects. We can all do with financial tools and tips at our fingertips. This week, Denise Garfield, Business Development Officer at the Caribbean Confederation of Credit Unions, helps us navigate the Smart Finance app. Denise, welcome to ECCB Connects.
Thank you.
The Caribbean Confederation of Credit Unions launched the Smart Finance app in September last year. What is the Smart Finance app?
The Smart Finance app was developed with the financial assistance from the ACP EU, and it was implemented by the International Organization for Migration. One of the main reasons why we developed an app was because we wanted to target youngsters, young adults, teenagers, as well as old persons, if you want to put it that way, to have an idea of financial advice and to learn concepts so that in the event that they need to open a business or they just simply need to do business with a financial institution, they have an understanding of how it is that the financial world works.
I know we're in the age of technology, and but what drove you to develop an app?
The app is something that is at your fingertips. And as a result of that, we wanted to have the information where persons didn't have to go to Google and have to Google different, concepts. They have it all in one app. Once they download the app, they also get 52 weeks of reminders of how to save, when to do something good. And as such, we felt that having the app at your fingertips was more appropriate rather than going into the classroom and conducting a session. We preferred that you had this app right at your fingertips.
And of course, this app is available on the
Android and iOS devices. In addition to the Smart Finance app, we had also developed a Tommy and the Money Tree ebook, which we share with children between the ages of 0 to 13. Now that book is very interactive. Persons can draw, color the different flags, and they can also color other aspects within the book. And it teaches also the whole concept of money management. So I hope that you can also use the Tommy and the Money Tree in your financial information month.
Take us through the Smart Finance app. What does it offer?
The first thing it offers are the meaning of all financial concepts that you can think of. The basic ones: balance sheets, assets, liabilities, net worth, what those concepts mean. In addition to that, we also have a guide for persons who want to start a small business. So it carries you right throughout the entire process, from beginning to end, of what it is that you require to start a business. In addition to that, we have general articles on retirement planning, saving, budgeting, and wealthy habits. We also have not necessarily a video per se, but what we have is an idea of how it is that you can listen to different concepts. So for example, in terms of credit cards, what we tell persons are that you need to be careful how you manage your credit card, especially it can get you into debt. We also give them an idea of how retirement planning should go. So for example, we tend in the Caribbean to start late in our retirement planning. What we try to ensure for persons is that day one that you start to work, you start planning for retirement. A lot of persons didn't understand, we found, that didn't understand the concept of retirement planning. They felt it was for senior people. But retirement planning is pretty much using that income that you normally would have received from whether it is that you work for yourself or for an organization, that after 65 or whatever retirement age you are at, that it can cover your bills. So we had to explain that from day one, that you start to work, that you start to save for retirement planning.
Yes, and of course that is right up the line with our theme for Financial Information Month this year.
Oh, great.
Yes,
Great.
planning, making your golden years golden.
Yes.
Yes, I see you have on the menu counting the costs.
Mm-hmm.
What exactly does that offer?
It offered different ideas behind why it is important that you save from beginning. Also, it tells you what not to do, because we know that we have a lot of lavish lifestyles that we would like to get into, but it basically gives you an idea of, it steers you in the right direction. The other concept that we have there is the budget buddy, which most persons like, because on the go you can quickly put in your income, put in your expenses, and you know whether your habit is wealthy and healthy or not. If it is not, then the articles help you to get there.
So the budget buddy really helps you to keep track of your finances, and it helps you to manage your finances.
Correct.
Okay.
It helps you to know exactly whether you've overspent or if you've underspent. If you're underspent, then you're in a very good position. If you overspend, then obviously you need to do some adjustments to your budgets and to your lifestyle. So it helps you in that respect. And right then and there, you don't have to have a piece of paper. It plugs everything in and calculates everything right there and then for you.
If an individual is using the app and has a question, how can that question be addressed?
They can send a WhatsApp first of all, or they can email. Because in the app, there is a section called the My Vault. When you go to that section, then you can always have the option to be able to send an email or a WhatsApp.
And the number for the WhatsApp?
869-664-5357.
Somebody may ask, well, so many things to download. I'm always on my phone, but I'm using it for my own entertainment or whatever sort of satisfaction or information I'm looking for, and may say, well, why should I download Smart Finance app?
One main reason is that you have the information right there at your fingertips. And if you're somebody who is financially inclined or may not be financially inclined, then you have that right there at your fingertips, especially with the budget buddy. With the budget buddy, you are able to, say for example, you're sitting there, you have an idea, you want to think about it, you might want to start a small business, it's right there. Because we know that young people are always thinking about doing different things. They have an entrepreneurial mind, and as such, having that at their fingertips they're able to get that information right there, rather than having to go on their laptop or having to Google to say, how do I start a small business? Or even just asking people. The information is right there at your fingertips altogether.
What has been the public's response to the Smart Finance app?
Quite interesting. We actually had developed the app, to be honest, just for 16 islands, 16 English-speaking islands. And we had over 42 countries that downloaded the app. What was interesting was that because the information was so general, that it was able to be shared among other English-speaking countries. We have actually had persons requesting if it could be done in other languages, but of course that's costly. But we have given them the information and said, you can go ahead, and if you want to convert it in your language, that's fine. But when we saw how many countries had downloaded it, and then the other interesting part of it was that this was also done in other territories where small business people used the app to help them in their business. So that was, we didn't see that happening, and we found that even other partners, for example, IDB, World Bank, they also use the app to share with others in their territories. So once it's English speaking, there's no limitation.
What's next for the Smart Finance app? Any plans to develop it further?
Yes, the plans are to take it to the next level of involving concepts of stocks, bonds, the stock exchange. So giving persons a little more information on the broader financial world that exists out there. Because a lot of persons don't know about repos, they don't know about bonds, US bonds, or whatever currency bonds. So we felt that that would be the next step in getting persons familiar, because you'd want them to have the basic concept first and then understand, because a lot of persons approach financial institutions, they want to invest, they want options, but they really don't understand the market and they don't understand the different concept that exists. So that's the next plan for the app.
Denise, thank you very much for speaking up with us on ECCB Connects, and all the best.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
You're watching ECCB Connects, protecting our currency, developing our region. And now for this week's financial tip.
Hi, my name is Danielle Francis, and I represent the General Employees Cooperative Credit Union Limited in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Have you prepared a will? Having a will helps to ensure that when the time comes, your belongings are distributed to whom you want, how you want, and when you want. It also helps to lessen the burden on your loved ones.
To view any episode of ECCB Connects, anytime, any place, at your convenience, check out our YouTube channel, ECCB Connects.
We've come to the end of this week's episode of ECCB Connects. Thank you very much for watching, and do join us again next week when we'll be back with another program.